Thank God for doggy doors. Hello, aloha, howdy. Welcome back to another life-shattering episode of Mung On the Arts. This time, we'll be taking a break from the cinemas and give our eardrums a little taste of the action. Ah, music. Yes, the sonic splendor. Yes, it is true, music has come a long way, from Beethoven to Justin Bieber. Yes, even within our own lifetime, it is common to fall in love with the artist of your youth. Eventually you end up uttering phrases like, "Music just ain't as good as it used to be," or "It was much better in my day," or how about, "Music these days, nothing but noise." Sound familiar? Well, even I've been guilty of uttering this phrase from time to time, and the fact of the matter is, it's pretty much true. Music is terrible these days. Kids have no patience. The record labels, they do their best to ruin it all. But alas, my friends, I am here to tell you there is still hope. And lucky enough for me, this album, in which I am very excited to review for you today, comes right from my own backyard, here in Asheville, North Carolina. A ragtag gang of local boys called Kovacs and the Polar Bear. And their new album is titled Second Sister. The record, released October 22nd, has already been met with wide praise and further been boasted by action-packed live shows that support Second Sister. As a whole, it succeeds most generally in its photographic-like capture of the Kovacs live show. It plays to all of their strengths as a live band, while still sounding like a solid, full studio record. Brian Landrum of Floating Action and Grey Eagle fame did a remarkable job of showing off this band in an authentic fashion. Often, new bands will get too experimental in early recordings and end up inventing two widely different versions of themselves. Not the case here. So whether you've been following this band for years or judging them for the first time, you really get a true taste of the honey. Honey? Honey, sing to me. So if you aren't familiar with this band, they are a four-piece, and they stand out in their ability to take a well-written song and layer it to perfection. Most of the songs could stand alone as lovely acoustic numbers, but eventually they become juggernauts of the genre when they're fleshed out with harmonies and guitar parts and keyboard riffs and drums that sparkle like an element. Standout tracks on the album include Sweetheart, with its hypnotically deranged circus clown ambiance, and the lead-off track, Dandelion. And of course, the closer, written by guitarist Joe Chang, making his first appearance as a polar bear on this album. And since I'm lucky enough to live in the town with these fine young gentlemen, I figured I'd pull some strings and use my fame, if you will, to deliver an exclusive interview. I must admit that none of my calls were ever returned. But then, strangely enough, the other day I received a cryptic letter in the mail. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you my exclusive interview with the Polar Bear from Kovacs and the Polar Bear. Well, thank you so much for returning my calls. You know, I really can't thank you enough. This will earn me so much street cred here in Asheville, having the Polar Bear from Kovacs and the Polar Bear with me. Wow, thank you. I would like to start this interview off by asking, what exactly does the Polar Bear contribute to this album? I didn't see in the liner notes. What do you know? Well, in that case, let me ask you another question. Going back a little bit, there's a video from the last album. It involves a bear and a beautiful young lady. Were you that bear? No. One hit album and already impossible to deal with. Well, in that case, let me ask one more question. That question is, do you often get confused with an ice bear? Oh, yeah, I can see how that would get quite annoying. Yes, yes, indeed. Do you look forward to touring for the new album, Second Sister? Oh! Alright, let's try one more question then. I like to end each show with a little song. Would you rock out with me?